Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chats. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, folks? Welcome to the Wealth Coffee Chats. Hope you're all awesome and well. See a few of the early birds up and at it already. So good to see you here. Thanks for joining, as always. One or two of you on already. We'll do the quick warm-ups and intros as we get the day going. Wednesday, the 5th of Feb. Great to have you here, folks. Jason Witten with you this morning. The team from the property management team were going to be out and about this morning, but they got a bit waylaid, so I jumped in this morning and we'll take care of things while they are on a plane down to Canberra. Hey, if you're in Canberra, we've got the team coming your way live in the flesh today, or tonight anyway, pop-up mentoring. A few people getting together, hanging out, chatting, talking about property investing and investing in general. So if you're around in Canberra, the Canberrans, make sure you make it out if you're there. Hope you're well. Otherwise, good to see one or two registered already as well. Hey, morning, Justin. Thanks for jumping on this morning. Hey, listen, while we're warming up, just a little reminder, a little bit of a heads up for those in our coaching and mentoring program. I might sort of tell everyone at the end of the live as well that, hey, we're doing some live events coming to a capital city near you this year. So that'll be fun. Keep an eye out for that in all the socials, in the emails and text messages, wherever you get your comms. We'll be doing the do. Hey, this morning I thought we might have a little conversation, a bit of a chat, Wealth Coffee Chat, about something that's a little bit interesting. I think it's interesting anyway. Maybe it's because of the age or era that I'm in when it comes to my world of investing, my world of getting myself ready for the next stage of my life. Some of our kids are leaving home. You know, things are changing. Thinking about when and if you might retire or put your life into a different mode. How long is your money going to last? And I thought we'd talk about that today as we go along. Now, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting concept conversation when we talk about these things all the time. Oh, there we go. Hang on. We're a long way away. If we look at our usual investment conversation, we talk about the 3 stages, right? Chuck it in the chat if you know what the 3 stages are. I know many of you see this all the time, but if you're new, this might be new to you. The first stage in the world of investing or property investing, particularly investing, is the stage where you realize you've got to acquire some assets, start to buy some things. All right. Part of your strategy, part of your plan is to build some property into your property portfolio. And what does that look like? How are you going to go about doing that? The acquisition stage depends on when you start doing that. We call this the consolidation or the lifestyle stage, before the lifestyle stage. Consolidation is where you might have accumulated those assets. There might be one or two that aren't working that great. Sometimes you've got to cycle them out and replace them with a better deal. Nothing's ever perfect when it comes to investing. But, you might have your 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 properties. You might have your share portfolio going. You might have your super, underway. Whatever it is, this sort of consolidation stage. And then, we enter this lifestyle and legacy stage when it comes to the world of investing, when it comes to the world of, let's call it retirement, let's call it financial freedom, whatever the word is for you. What does it look like? How does it work, right? So, we've been helping Aussies design investment plans, when it comes to the world of buying real estate, a real estate investment plan. Get your property investments underway, get your PPR. That's your home. That's your few investment properties. Make sure you go and see the right person at the right time to get your what we call your tax-free future underway, your super, your principal place of residence. That's your home. And then you've got your investment properties. Now, those investment properties, they could be, residential, they could be commercial, they could be whatever. We don't mind. At the end of the day, whatever strikes your fancy. I like residential because there's lots of safety benefits in that. Morning, Alison. Good to see you here, mate. But, your super might be investing in shares. Your principal place of residence is, a tax-free asset. So too is your shares or your super when you retire, your investment properties. Anyway, this is the acquisition stage. This is where you start purchasing, you start acquiring, you start building your asset base using your income, your borrowing ability, getting some support, getting some coaching, getting some mentoring, getting a team around you. It's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, makes sense. Anyway, it might be straightforward. It's not necessarily easy to do, is it, folks? That's why we all talk about this all the time. But, let's say that, over time, that's our asset line, grows in value. Our assets grow in value over time. Let's say we can try to get our debts down in value. That's not a bad idea. And then, we hope that our income trails along as well. So our income from our investments, whatever it is, whether it's rent, whether it's passive income in the form of shares and dividends, whatever it is. All right. And the idea is at some point in the future is this, what we might call this financial freedom opportunity, this passive income opportunity, whatever that might be, right? So this is great, fabulous in theory, but let's put some numbers and some time frames around it and have a little look at what that might look like. Hey, there's Tim. Hopefully, well, it's coming through, Tim, so maybe the old internet or what do you call those, VPN is working for you. Fabulous. Good to see you this morning, mate. Depends on what's going on. Luke, g'day, mate. How are you? So listen, we're here. This is our plan, our overall plan. Get our home sorted, get some investments going, build our super, etc., etc. You guys know the drill. We talk about this all the time, right? Consolidation stage. Your consolidation stage is really a thing of what do? We try and sort of get our debts down, get our cash flows up, and then maintain
manage and maximize our assets. Maintain, manage, and maximize our assets, all right, as in that section of what we're up to. Now, the big question today, and this is what I wanted to sort of talk about today, in the chat, if there's a few of you who can put it in there. Now, this might take us, let's have a look at time frame. Let's say most of this activity, if you talk about a sort of time frame, depending on how much capital you've got and whatever, you've at least got to have at least one good cycle in the marketplace. But that's a 0 to 20 year process, right? That's now as we go along. Now, here's the drill, right? It might take us 20 years. Maybe it might even take us 40 years. Who knows? But we want to crunch this up and make it a bit faster. What is an age? What are some age brackets that fit into this cycle here? Because my question today is, team, if we were starting out, right, and we look at the 3 stages, let's look at the 4 stages of someone's financial life, whether they're an investor or not, right? Okay, whether they're an investor or not. Let's call it 0 to 25, right? How much money are we making from 0 to 25? In a scale of a lots to bugger all, you're pretty well on the low to no income, right? So let's say from 25 to 25 to, let's say, 45, and I saw this the other day, which was quite an interesting thing. 25 to 45, it's kind of our learning or mastery phase, right? Mastery phase. This is where we start to earn income, and it goes up because we get better at what we do. Not much, exactly, Tim. Oh yeah, awesome, Alison. And that's it. You get if you get a couple of cycles, you get some momentum. So you got the early stages, you got bugger all. These stages here from sort of 25 to 45, we start to earn. What happens from the ages of 25 to 45 for most people? What are the 3 big costs from this age group, 25 to 45? Put them in the chat. What are the 3 big costs? Expenses. I don't know if I'd call them investments from a dollar and cents point of view. Anyway, maybe this will offend a few people. Anyway, what are the 3 big costs, folks, that we all get sort of caught up in here? All right, number 1. Let's have a look. Number 1, people get married. Now, nothing wrong with getting married. Teaming up is a good plan. Yeah, family, kids, and mortgage. That's it, Tim. You're dead right. Yeah, and people get married, they have kids, and they buy a house, mortgage. All right. Now, from a financial point of view, that even though you're earning more, these expenses, which are non-deductible, don't create a damn income. Matter of fact, if you marry a good partner, it can accelerate your income and your wealth considerably, which is fantastic. But your mortgage, where you got to live, right? So this is a challenge. And then there's actually a little spot here. From 45 to kind of 60 is kind of where, depending on when you start your family and what happens, there's this phase where you can still continue to go, but this expense of kids and mortgages and stuff is sort of not here, right? So we've got this like opportunity over here. Now, you and I, as investors, we know it's going to take some time. So where are we going to fit this sort of, 20-year, minimum 20-year process into our life? So let's talk about it. Let's go. All right, well, if we put it in at 40 and we want to run it to 60, that's fantastic. That's our 20-year investment horizon, our 20-year investment window. So we get to, let's just use 60 as an example. It could be 65, it could be 70, whatever. The big question is, at this point, that's not the end, folks. 60 or 65 is not the end of the game. Tell me in the chat. A few of you might understand this already. If you're a bit older, you get it. If you're a bit younger, you go, what's this bloke talking about? He's losing his mind. Now, folks, from the age of 60, how many years are you planning on living? Put in the chat, what do you think the average age you're going to live to? Now, there's a very cool app, actually, if you want to get this app. It's called Final Countdown. Final Countdown. Go to the App Store and type into the Apple App Store, Final Countdown. Now, you've got to answer a bunch of questions, which are pretty interesting. I haven't got my glasses on. Yep, 100 not out. Exactly, Alison. So, Alison, this is the thing. Let's say, I love it, Alison. Love it a lot. Alison said, bugger it, I'm going to last till I'm 100. I'm going to go till I'm 100. Watch this, all right? Most of you on this call are going to be easily, on average, between 90 and 100. The average Aussie right now is living to 87 anyway. If you go out, yeah. Yeah, there you go, right? So really, folks, 40 years. This is the stuff that we don't really, this is the stuff that we kind of don't, I think we don't really fully comprehend. Many of us will need to have money in retirement or in our older ages for longer, folks, listen, for longer than we were damn well working. Now, all the young people might not be listening to this. Now, along the way, you might want to give some to your kids. You might want to make sure you plan for any medical emergencies. Anyway, what's my point? What's my point, folks? Well, my point is there's some urgency in this for all of us. So if you've been sitting on the fence, then you better get off it, because you're going to get a damn well splinter when it comes to getting your shit together, when it comes to creating some wealth. Now, over time, your wealth's going to grow as well. So it's not like your wealth is going to flatten out. But get a plan together. Make sure you really comprehend that, it's 30 to 40 years that you got to sustain yourself in this lower to no personal services income. So your income from your efforts goes down, and the income from your assets needs to go up to make sure you can take care of yourself and those that you love along the way. Make sure you're structured well. Make sure the government doesn't diddle the till or nick any money from you either. All right, as we go along. But there you go. Final Countdown. Die with Zero is an excellent book. Final Countdown app. Will you have enough? Have you structured yourself enough? Do you know your plan when it comes to creating the asset base? It's interesting. I received an email from a past client from many years ago. They bought a property. They hung on to that property for 12 years. They sold it in the 12th year. And guess what happened between 2021 and 2025? The property doubled in value. All right. In those 12 years, the property had only gone up a small amount. They'd felt the property had failed. And I was like, well, how long have you held it? How long did you hold it? You didn't hold it 15 to 20, as we've talked about, forever. Right? Anyway, very sad to hear that sort of thing happen. Some of us run out of steam. Some of us run out of belief. Some of us run out of whatever. One of the most dangerous things I've seen with property investors is they buy one property and hope that one property is going to do everything for them. Listen, folks, I've had plenty of properties in my portfolios that have done 2/5 of fuck all, right? No one's perfect at what they do. Even the experts or the experienced can get a few wrong. So diversification, safety in numbers. That's why I always say 3 to 5 investments, plus diversify the states, diversify the types of properties. and eventually diversify into different types of asset classes as well. Makes it a bit safer. Anyway, I think I'm rambling on now. The point of today, we're all talking and looking at our investments, growing them. That's awesome. Have you looked at how long, age-wise and time frame and cash and dollars return into the future that you might need them to sustain you? There you go. Anyway. Yep, exactly, Tim. Yep, all the fundamentals in Melbourne. It's just a confidence thing. It was good actually from Dr. Andrew the other night talking about all the fundamentals are there. Yep. Yeah, it is, Alison. And that's the thing, isn't it, mate? Sometimes you can see the big picture, but the little picture is quite gritty. You've got to hang in there. So there you go. All right, team. I think that's it from me today. Wealth Coffee Chat done and dusted. Good to see you here tomorrow, hopefully, on Thursday. It's a Thursday. It might even be me tomorrow. Let's see. We'll work it out. Anyway, join us again tomorrow for another Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining. Take care. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episode